Let me be truly honest. I'm very leery over PlayStation's current leadership. Herman Hulse's decision, for instance, around the release of Concord. And also, we can't forget Hiroki Totoki's recent comments around the lacking of gaming IPs. All this undoubtedly has me concerned on the new floor versus the ceiling surrounding PlayStation's new decision-making process. That said, amidst a year where concerns like mine were at a high for PlayStation, they just showed us that even in their worst day, they are still leagues better than the competition's best. Astrobot launched with a 90 plus Metacritic. And when you look at that, you can't help but examine the entire year and say to yourself, compared to what others told us they were going to bring across the street, a wounded PlayStation has completely surpassed them, thus looking officially unbeatable. And that, my friends, has so many Xbox fanboys enraged. So we ask, is a final nail in the coffin on any type of console war attempts from Xbox? Or is it simply another example of media bias, Xbox tax, that Xbox can overcome? We tackle all this in the next installment of The Spill, our gaming hot topic video series. Buckle up. Get ready for a good show. Let's go.
Yeah.
What's up, people? What's up, people? What's up, people? It is your boy, MM2K of Hard Knock Digital Culture, Cloud Dosage, and MM2K Gaming back again with another episode of The Spill. This is where we talk the latest and greatest topic in the gaming news. And our hot button topic for the day is Astrobot for PlayStation 5 silences grifting fanboys. But before we get into all that, do us a huge favor, that like button, hit a subscribe button, and definitely rock those bells for notifications. So in order to break this one down, I'm going to do this in three parts. I'm going to bring you the story and bring you everything that's been happening, right, that led us to this point. I want to talk about the counter to the story that's been going on in regards to the perception that these grifting fanboys tried to portray, but based upon Astrobot releasing and what we warned people it would possibly do when it released, if it released the way that kind of predicted it would, how that would just change the discourse of their grifting and leave them scrambling to find something else to do. And then lastly, we're going to give our conclusion. So again, for you to understand everything that has been going on, we got to start here. This is a story from IGN that happened on the 3rd. Concord will be taken offline on September 6th, and all players will receive a full refund. So, Concord, in less than 2 weeks since its launch, has seen some of the most abysmal numbers that we've seen for a AAA game in 2 to 3 decades. I mean, the engagement was horrific. And what made it even more embarrassing for PlayStation is that this was a PlayStation first party title. Okay. Those come with this type of gravitas, you know what I'm saying? A type of aura to them. And they don't typically stink this bad. I was having a conversation with Cold Blood earlier with our members. So check out our member stream definitely when we get into a little bit more context around this. But I was like, even PlayStation's worst efforts, which I don't think this particular game was bad at all. I just think it got a bad rap. Days Gone, in PlayStation's worst first party stints, okay, maybe a 70, but nothing like this. You know what I'm saying? This was a stinker, not a stinker in like the worst game ever, but the rollout was so horrific and just so boneheaded from PlayStation that it makes you question what is, again, like I said in the bumper, what is the decision-making process like now? Like, I don't really see any regime of the PlayStation of old ever succumbing like this. Like I said, the worst that you've seen before was Days Gone. Still a great game that just happened to get a bum rap from the media. But that said, that's what jump-started all this stuff, right? So you've had Xbox drifting fanboys loving that, right? they jumped all over that. And then Hiroki Totoki gave them more to feast on. He gave them more red meat. He said, I guess in a business meeting, after the dropping of Concord, this guy goes out there and says that PlayStation doesn't have enough IPs. They need more IPs. And when you further examine what the dude was saying, he's not necessarily talking about game-specific IPs. He's talking about IPs that can be spread across the board and used across the board. Like, he references how there's gaps in crossover, and a lack of spillage, like between PlayStation users and Crunchyroll, the anime service that Sony bought not too long ago. Talks about how there's a potential for that. So he's addressing IPs in the fashion of, look, we don't have a lot of IPs that have spillage into different sectors. That's what I want. In other words, the old adage of Xbox TV, the failed adage of that. That's what, with all intents and purposes, it looks like that he's trying to repurpose for it to only fail for PlayStation. But concerning enough, those are the two things that happen in PlayStation that, again, should raise red flags. And even if you do get some chuckles from those fanboys, I mean, you can't be mad at them, right? But here's where it became a problem, right? They were dogpiling on these two things that were definitely discussion worthy, worth videos, worth whatever the ridicule. But they wanted to make that the talk of the town. They didn't want to talk anything Xbox. They only wanted to focus on PlayStation in these two things, which again are embarrassing for PlayStation. Red flags for the decision-making process now under this new regime. But in no way, shape, or form drops PlayStation at the level of Xbox. I'm going to be frank and honest here, and I don't care who likes it. Take a picture. I don't give a blink. It would take 1,000 of these for PlayStation to drop to Xbox's level right now. As far as consumer appreciation, accolades in the community, all that stuff. So yeah, while you might get to chuckle from afar that the king and his, his guard, they tripped over each other. Xbox is still the peasant that's digging through the garbage looking for potato skins and moldy bread. Enjoy your chuckles, but let's not get out of our britches here, all right? And so what they wanted to do was they wanted everybody to focus only on this while they ignored some significant things that were happening in their sector. Let's just go over what's been going on with Xbox. Well, we did have Astrobot that released that put an end to all that, so maybe I should speak on that before we move to the woes of Xbox. But Astrobot did come, it released, and look at what's going on with Astrobot. This is a tweet from Team Asobi. They're talking about, a very special day, and it is for that team. I mean, you just type in Astrobot into Twitter, look at what you got. My buddy Paris said the best 3D platform I've played since Mario Galaxy 2, 10 out of 10. Jeff Keighley talks about his admiration for the game. Wario shows that Astrobot is a 95 open critic, and currently at the time of this recording, 94 meta. Start your engines, the PlayStation Astrobot advertisement up there. Digital Foundry, Astrobot on PlayStation is virtually flawless, a joyous package of beautiful design, outstanding technology, and vibrant imagination. Right now, Astrobot and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, the two games you can only get on PlayStation 5, are of the top 3 gaming content titles. Really, you might as well say the top 2 games, rated games, full-fledged games on Metacritic right now. You can only get those 2 on PlayStation 5. And it just goes on and on and on. So that's what put a halt to this foolery, this tomfoolery, was Astrobot. Can't forget about that. So I got to talk about that before we go to the whole, the hubris of the whole Xbox things that they wanted, those fanboys wanted you to forget. Now on to that hubris, right? First, so they want you to forget all this stuff that just happened purely like the last few weeks. They want you to forget about Indiana Jones, which after all the misleading comments and the all the bickering back and forth amongst the community, it is being released for PlayStation 5. Not the hugest shocker, but they went at a time that they didn't even let the Xbox people know when theirs was coming yet, and announced the PlayStation's versions coming at the same time, right? Then the following day, you get Phil that basically says, hey, this is a business. And he admits pretty much in so many words, we need PlayStation's money, as we've been telling you. But you guys have been fighting us rabidly, right? Then, within the same showcase week, we find out that Avowed currently is targeting 30 frames. Now, they might make a change, but the developers, coerced by Xbox, likely, had the audacity to say, for a game like this, you don't need 60 frames per second. When 60 frames per second, for all intents and purposes, it defines this generation. It's what justified people making the leap and paying another $500 for another box, was 60 frames per second. But I digress. They also want you to forget this. Just in this week, it kept hitting for Xbox. Phil Spencer goes to PAX East, I believe it is, and admits, hey, look, I made some horrible decisions that could have hurt Xbox. One in particular is, remember when all that stuff was happening with Xbox and we really didn't have the exclusives to counter our lack in resolution and stuff like that? It ended up becoming a scarlet letter for us. Well, the thing that could have definitely combated that and whisked that problem away, an exclusive deal with Destiny, I looked over. I didn't think it was important. And then he talks about, in such a whimsical but detached way, how he passed over other things. I mean, it was just unreal to hear this. But then, shout out to Nib, he posts something, a collage of something that was brewing up again just this week alone, about all of the developers that were having woes messing with the Xbox Series S, having the design for it. We did a show on it. We showed you something that was concealed by Brad Sams, an unlisted video that he had out there. Don't worry, we downloaded it, but he had to unlist it because when he was talking about Lockhart, aka, which is the code name for the Series S, how developers gawked at it, and he tried to let the public know about it, and they attacked him, and he unlisted the video. But we were warned back in 2019 about the problems the Series S was going to provide. And look at that. 5 years later, here goes a collage of all the accounts. Shout out to Nib for putting that out there, right? And then last but certainly not least, when you thought that the problems just laid at the rest of the Series S being a bottleneck, you got Xbox not even talking to the dang developers. Anostra had to come out there and threaten to not be releasing day and data. I'm not sure if this could change in enough time, because Microsoft finally came out and apologized and addressed the issue, but they ain't talked to Microsoft in months to complete the certification process for them to release the game. So they had to come to the public and get the public's help. And Phil Spencer finally responded. Absurd. Completely absurd. There's more, but I ain't got all daggone day. I want to play some games. But there's definitely more. They wanted you to just focus on Concord and some goofy comments that Totoki said and ignore all that's happening back to back to back to back to back. You even had some creators that had the audacity of trying to, in a buffoonish way, try to slide in some quote unquote positive Xbox stuff to give you the illusion that things are on the up for Xbox systemically. Things are on the down for PlayStation. What did they try to use? They tried to use this bogus story that apparently is from someone at Xbox. I'm going to lay it at the feet, and I'm going to talk about this later too in our podcast. So if you're watching this as part of the podcast, just stay tuned. If you're not watching it as part of the podcast, we'll tell you how you can access that podcast. But I'm putting this at the foot of Sarah Bond. We had Sarah Bond, telecreator, at a show earlier in the year, the Summer Games Fest, that it was business reasons, and the creator came out publicly and admitted to such. I think that was their first attempt of trying to roll this mess of a story out. That didn't work, so they go to other reporting sources. A Paul Tassi IGN. Those are groups that are not real journalists. They don't vet stuff. And look, I have nothing against Digital Foundry, but they're not journalists. They're a group. They're what do you call it? A technical think tank that writes stories, but they don't vet stuff. If you really want this information to get out, you're bringing this crap to Jason Schreier, who's going to ask you the right questions. Hell, even Jeff Grubb and Special Nick, who pushed back on the story. If you really want us to believe, if this is really the truth, without a shadow. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your friendly neighborhood Xbot post-up, giving a special shout out to True Virgil in the chat. Hey, Virgil, I got some special pork rind sauce for you, buddy. Don't be upset that Astrobot is higher than anything Phil Spencer can count to. Don't worry about it, my friend. Don't be salty in the chat there. What's up, everybody? It's your boy MM2K, back again with your co-host, Cold Blood Sensei. Cold Blood, how you doing today, man?
Good, bro. Good.
True Virgil. Oh man, Virgil, he's salty, man. I ain't seen Virgil in I ain't seen Virgil in years. He came here. He was here in the first 37 seconds. Talking about Astrobot is trash. God damn. Ice Queen Gaming in the house. Good to see you again, Ice Queen Gaming. And when I say see you again, that's because Ice Queen Gaming, as you can see, she got the special little logo and the special star. She's a member. So we do member streams every day of the week, Monday through Friday. She was there earlier today. We were chopping it up about some other fun stuff. We do it about an hour and a half at least, until my schedule changes. Then we could go to 3 hours with the members. So if you want that extra content, if you want a behind the scenes look, because Ice Queen Gaming and the other members that are about to pop up, along with Cold Blood and I, they actually sat through the process of us writing up the show for today. So if you want to be part of that conversation, maybe give us a pointer or two. Oh, maybe talk about this or whatever. Sign up, become a member, and you can be there live with us. But shout out to Ice Queen Gaming. I hope everything is going good. We got everybody in the house. What's up, everybody? Good to see y'all. I'm gonna shout you out in a little bit. Hey, MM2K in chat says John Wayne. Chat, Xbox is dead like the dodo bird. True Virgil. Hey, look, we gotta look out for True Virgil today. True Virgil's hurting. Like, he put this in the chat, man. He was here. True Virgil was here 37 seconds flat. Oh, man, Concord's trash. Astrobot kitty trash. Ponies have nothing to play. Lily. I don't know who the fuck Lily is. He's seeing shit. Maybe that's the unicorn that he sees in his imagination. I don't know.
He was talking about Paris.
Maybe, yeah,
Paris.
Yeah. Hey, yo, what's that meme of Wolverine where he's holding a picture? He's laying in the bed holding a picture. Hey, True Virgil, you laying in the bed holding a picture of Paris while you're sending us hate mail? Is that what you doing? Did Paris put you up to it? This dude is crazy, man. Literally, bro, we was just talking, me and Cobra was just talking about this. We're like, where's True Virgil at? We ain't seen Virgil. We ain't seen him in decades. All of a sudden, he pop up today. Shout out to True Virgil. Ice Cream Gaming says, I'm okay except for that the doctor's appointment to do with my mental health problems, and my doctor told me that my mental health problems won't get any. Hey, yeah, you know what? Ice Queen, it's something that, it's not going to go overnight. I know, because my son's going through something right now because of a condition that he has. And, I'm hoping that you got a good support system. You know what I mean? And if not, hey, we got your back. Always come in and kick it with us. You know what I'm saying? It was good to see you in the morning. Just come and rock out with us. But yeah, having a good support system and all that is great. Let me see. The True Virgil say the True Virgil is our mascot. Since Michael. Shout out, Michael was there with us earlier too. He's on whipping post. He said, dude, hey, True Virgil is bad. Let me put that back up there, man.
True Virgil is our Astrobot.
Yeah, exactly. True Virgil is our Phantom dust. He got all the original assets, all the same old original Xbot crappy propaganda. He got all the original assets. Concord is trash. Astrobot and Kitty trash. Ponies have nothing to play. Did I say that right, Paris Lily? Who the fuck is Lily, True? Hey, Virgil, you tripping. Paris better not put you up to this. Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back again. We got a hell of a show for y'all. Oh, man. What a week, right? What a week. We started off this week with a bunch of crazy Xbox news and Xbox rumors and stuff like that, and we're going to talk about that. But then we have Astrobot and then Concord. That was like night and day. Concord is literally the lowest rated game. Well, no, not the lowest rated game, but the biggest flop of the year, at the very least. And then now you have what is looking to be the biggest critically acclaimed game. When I say biggest, I mean as far as acclaim is concerned. We'll see how sales go down, and that's our poll question. What do you think is going to happen with Astrobot sales? You know what I mean? But with that said, what a crazy week. And it shows you, like I said in the video, which we still got, there's still another 7 minutes of it. So if you haven't seen that video after this podcast, or after our stream, really, because after this podcast, we're going and doing a suffer stream because you guys hit our bi-weekly goal. And then you can go ahead and watch that video, the full video, where we talk about some more things going on with Astrobot and Concord, and how the grifters are now upset because they can't grift on Concord anymore. That being said, yeah, what a crazy week. And it shows you that unlike Xbox, when PlayStation fucks up, they know how to set it up to reverse all of the shitstorm that's coming down the way. Now, I'm not going to say that it's completely reversed. You know, cold blood now, we sit out there with our monocle and we leave no stone overturned or unturned. We still got shit to talk about for the longevity of the platform. But again, it's always comical to see these bots, you know, think they own one. They had the audacity. We're getting SNK and Capcom. Things are really turning up for Xbox. We're getting the two now. Uh-oh, things are turning around now. To just see them deflated. Oh, man. I think I creamed in my trousers. But with that said, Cold Blood, let's get into what we've been playing. Bro, what you been playing, man? You got an important platinum today, right?
Yeah, bro. Just got the first Descendant platinum.
Oh,
I'm fucking done with this game. I'm so done with this game now. Like seriously. The amount of just brainless grinding you have to do.
Yeah.
Bro, at some point you're just like, oh my god, I can't do this shit anymore. Like your whole fucking system just shuts down.
I know. Yeah, there was a lot of that in that game, and it just didn't capture me. But thank goodness. I mean, it came out in a time where at least people had something to do when it was kind of dry. But we got Wukong out now, Astrobot. I see a lot of y'all jumping for joy over Space Marines. We're going to talk about that too in today's show. So there's some stuff coming out now. It's the holiday season's coming up. Concord closed. So a lot of things are getting better in the world, right? But oh, that's cool. That's cool.
I played some more Black with Wukong.
Yeah. Yep. And it's on the channel. And then we got a couple of boss fights too. That like over the weekend as time presents itself, I'm gonna be adding the thumbnails and adding that shit too. So we got a lot of Black Myth Wukong coverage on the channel. You guys have been liking it. You guys have been really putting some good numbers onto it, and it hasn't been hurting us in the algorithm. So That's great, man. That's great. We really thank you guys for your support of our Black Myth Wukong streams, and thank you, Cold Blood, for adding those to the channel. Some good stuff. And what it does is
I'm just playing the game, bro.
Well, what it does is debunk the bullshit, even from Digital Foundry. Oh, this game is no good on PlayStation. Okay, well, explain the 11 billion consoles that are selling over in Asia, and then explain your footage, that people are enjoying. You know what I mean? So, like, can we stop the bullshit? So, yeah, that footage, as simple as it is, just booting it up and playing, that footage goes a long way to discredit a lot of the BS that's out there, because people want to just make up false issues to seem neutral. All right. Well, with that said, today's show, our main topics are, we usually talk about Xbox, what's going on in the world of Xbox. We usually talk, and then we talk about what's going on in the world of PlayStation, and then we wrap it up with the game of the week. And our game of the week is Space Marines. We're gonna touch on that. But we're gonna mix it up a little bit today. I think let's start, because the big news is fucking Astrobot. So let's start with PlayStation, then we'll go to Xbox, and then we'll wrap up with Space Marines. But before we do that, there's a couple of things I want to let you guys know. It's not all peaches and roses for PlayStation. There's going to be there's the Concord episode. What's the name of that show? Cold Blood, that's coming on Prime. I forgot what it's called.
I have no idea what it's called, but there's going to be about Concord.
Yeah. There's that show that they were talking about during Gamescom, where it's highlighting video games and shit. And the Concord episode is still moving forward, which I don't understand. If I'm PlayStation, I'm pulling the shit out of that. But whatever. We still gonna laugh. We gonna have a chuckle. So if you're a member, we're gonna be having a watch party in the Discord. More details will come. We're gonna have a watch party in the Discord. We're gonna sit together and we're gonna have a fucking hilarious laugh at that game or at that episode, because that shit's crazy. All right, so that's announcement number one. Announcement number two is, again, as a reminder, and I got a message pinned directly after this podcast, our Foamy Friday gameplay is Beacon Pines, another Tinky Winky game that y'all are making me suffer through to play today. So
it's the favorite genre of yours.
I hate
walking simulator and talking with fucking furries.
Fucking hate y'all. But I guess I'm sacrificing for the greater good. So we're gonna play that game today. The link is right there in the description, so definitely join us for that stream. All right. So Twisted said suffer MM2K. So let's give a shout out to this chat, man. And again, somebody give True Virgil a hug, man. We got Navenzoid since we're here. Again, we gotta highlight True Virgils again for a third time's a charm. Concord trash, Astrobot Kitty trash. Ponies have nothing to play, right, Pierce Lily? So there goes True Virgil. Ryan says Virgil and others are salty over Astro score. Laugh all out. It's amusing, dude. It's fucking hilarious, bro. It's True Virgil bragged about Redfall after it released, so no one should take what he says seriously. And I said, Virgil is hurting, bro. We gotta be their support system. Absolutely. Get that motherfucker a hug. Give him a digital hug. Xbox had Mythology released recently. It didn't even push the needle at all. Hey, bro, come on, man. Xbox games right now can't even punch themselves to a wet paper bag. I mean, that just is what it is. And that's not me trying to come up with some jokes or some punchlines. They literally fucking can't. And any ones that have any potential, they're coming to PlayStation anyway. So what's the point? I mean, you literally got people out there that are trying to grift and do something in the favor of trying to pin a third-party publisher up against the platform that they need to survive. Like, Xbox right now needs PlayStation to survive. It's not the other way around. But there are people that listen to some of these goofball podcasts, I'm going to show you who they are, that believe their rhetoric, and they're sending me like crazy shit. I want to do wellness checks on them. I want to send state authorities to their house and make sure they're not trying to drown a whole bunch of fucking Listerine or something like that. I don't know what's going on, but we're gonna keep going. True Virgil, Xbox.
Wait. True Virgil, did you live under a rock or something?
He said,
What the fuck do you mean by that? How much more can it fail?
Yep. You know what they should do? I think the appropriate thing is no. I hope that what they don't do is they bring the game back and they sell it to Xbox. Put it on that dog shit. Let it be there. Watch the motherfuckers play that. Halo, what? They'll be playing. Oh my God. Doll. My favorite character is Doll. No, mine is Doll. Everybody will be Doll and shit. And then the weather girl character. It's raining, man. Oh, I got to play that clip. I got to get that clip together. Hallelujah. They got the weathermen in the fucking game. You sell that shit to Xbox. Phil, just like he said with Crackdown 3. This is the game that Xbox gamers deserve. I've been playing in Concord and listening to the weathermen or the weather girls all fucking day. This is the game that Xbox gamers deserve. Ice Cream Gaming says, hey, MM2K, we got Brigadier Williams says, what's up, good people? I mean, says Twisted Sin. He's always been on Jez's grindhouse almost every time. Who's been there? True Virgil. Oh man, True Virgil, you famous? You hood famous? John Wayne says, hey, MM2K chat, Xbox is dead like the dodo bird. He said, people like Virgil confuse me, not gonna lie. Mary Wilcox says, up, MM2K, Astrobot success got Xbox. They're not out of their fields. I was watching the podcast the other day, I was telling Cold Blood, and somebody was like, is this a PlayStation podcast? Because I hit it by accident. I was trying to turn on Porter Rock, and then they happened to be live, and I turned theirs on. And somebody was like, what's all this with this PlayStation coverage? This is a PlayStation podcast? And the motherfucker, yeah, shut the fuck up. I'll talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about. Hey, yo. Motherfuckers is having panic attacks. They're selling all their Bitcoins to relocate. They don't know what to do with themselves, man. It's tragedy. It is tragedy for those folks. Let's see here. What else we got here? We got Corey Massey now. Shout out to Corey Massey. Do you see that tweet where they brought up a 20-year-old? Bro, I already got it. I already got it in the chamber, bro. You ain't got to say no more. True Virgil's our mascot. Astrobot got the score did because of pandering. Where the fuck was the pandering for Concord then, True Virgil? And that's all people do for PlayStation games is pandering. Where was the Concord pandering at? That's what I'm trying to say. You guys' arguments fall apart. If it's truly Xbox tax, then why isn't Concord high up there? Right? Says Ryan says, I'll play it later. Look good from what I saw initially. If it wins Game of the Year, bots is gonna cry. Oh my! Can you imagine that? Literally a bot winning Game of the Year, causing depression to the whole Xbot community. The irony, the fucking irony, the irony. But Cold Blood would be upset because he wants his Final Fantasy VII Rebirth to win. But that would be crazy if it won.
Absolutely, I would be upset. Like, god damn it, bro. If Astrobot wins Game of the Year, sure it's gonna be hella funny, but yeah. I would question the fucking choice.
Be ready, get your pencil and question marks out right now. Get ready to, because I think, yeah, just the way. I'm not saying it. Look, let's be honest. For me, and Cold Blood is getting a copy. He's gonna play it. He's gonna play it on the channel. Me, I'm not so much. I'm not looking for it. I would personally, and I haven't played it, but I would probably lean way more towards Final Fantasy VII Rebirth or Wukong. Shit, my game of the year so far is still Stellar Blade. I mean, I love Wukong, don't get me wrong, but I haven't put too much time into Wukong, and I just simply love Stellar Blade. Like, that's my personal favorite of the year so far. But I'm gonna be honest with you, the way that these mugs is doing right now, bro, I would not be surprised, Cold Blood. Do not be shocked. Do not be shocked. You know, we'll keep our fingers crossed because we cover AAA gaming here. Go ahead.
Probably just to feel fucking neutral, they're gonna give it to some other game that is multiplayer.
Oh, you think Wukong might get it? We'll see. We'll see.
Wukong? I don't know.
What you think? Because didn't that what is shit? There was a game that came out this year that it scored like 88 or something like that. And when you look at let me pull it up. When you look at the top Metacritic games, there was a game that came out this year. Top best games of 2024 so far.
This goddamn Animal Well, bro.
Oh my God.
I could see that shit win game of the year.
What is this? Games. All right.
Or fucking Paper Mario, bro. Just to shit on everyone.
Oh, if they do that, oh my God. Okay, so hold on. Why isn't it not? What is going on here? Okay, so I set it to 20 and it's still not doing it. Release year 2024. What is, this is weird. Okay, so it doesn't want to work. All right, okay, let's try this one more time. But what the fuck is going on here, man? Okay. Nah, it ain't working here for whatever reason. Okay. So the games that I was looking at, like, it should probably be a shoo-in except for one game. It was Metaphysics something. I forgot what it's called. Why is this acting goofy like that? Anyway, let me leave it alone. Because that's pissing me off. It was working just fine in on Chrome. There was a game that was that came out, this multiplat, and I can see that one kind of like possibly winning if what you're saying is gonna happen. Yeah, it's 2024. All right, so now let's try this. Let's see if it'll do it this way. There we go. All right, now it's doing it right. Fucking yeah. So when you look at the game so far this year, the top one, you can't even call that a game. Elden Ring is DLC, that's 95, but Astrobot's 94. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is 92.
Moss.
Mm-hmm.
Can they consider a DLC for Game of the Year?
No.
You sure about that?
Mm-hmm. Now, what they've tried to do is they've tried to make DLC or, best ongoing game, like how they did with Cyberpunk that one year because of its DLC and Phantom Liberty. And they tried to consider that best ongoing game of the year. But yeah, for game of the year, no. Now again, they write the rules. That's why I say, just going off of Jeff Keighley and whatever he's doing over there, y'all want to do that? That's on y'all. Y'all ignore DICE and all these other places. That's on y'all. I don't know about, like, I would do an aggregate and see like the top well-recognized, most respected award shows, like go with the top 4 and see what they're giving out. But y'all just lean on, you know, him and the VGAs, you know, and you do it at your own peril. See, a lot of you didn't grow up with Jeff Keighley. I did. Well, I didn't grow up with him, but I was introduced to him in my 20s when he was on G4. There was nothing remarkable about the dude. He was just a dude that was just lingering around. But as G4 got dismantled and everybody went everywhere else, he was like the only one that still focused on games heavy. And he just kept pressing it and pressing it and pressing it. And for all intents and purposes, what Jeff said is, shit, why don't I be the fucking Ryan Seacrest of gaming? And it worked out for him. He picked a lane and it worked out for him. But that doesn't mean that he spots talent or his shows are talented. Like, I think Summer's Games Fest and his Gamescom coverage were abysmal. They were horrible. They were nowhere near the fervor of E3. They were completely abysmal, but he's lining his pockets. He's charging what, hundreds of thousands of dollars for 30 seconds of a trailer that you can pull off of YouTube. There's nothing special that's being shown here in most of these cases. And then when it comes to the award show, this is the goofy fucking part. When you have a game showcase, right? That's when you should be showing games. That's when we should be seeing all these back-to-back trailers, these back-to-back badass trailers. No, we see them at the award show when we should be hearing from the developers that gave us the great games for the year. But you see how backwards that is? But he's lining his pockets with that shit. So that, I mean, y'all made him the de facto video game aficionado. I haven't. But as far as what he does, I mean, going off of what they've said prior, what they've done, if they're going to follow those same rules, then no, Elden Ring wouldn't be qualified for Game of the Year. But to your question, Cold Blood, he could change his fucking mind. I don't know. I do not know.
No, wait. It's not him who's gonna change his mind. It's the fucking genres that gonna nominate it for Game of the Year.
Well, no, they have to agree, and he has to. He's the final say on how things are looked at or how they're categorized, and then he lets the journalists vote. Like, and it's not just him; it's him, and it's Phil Spencer. He has like a group. He has like a board that they all decide on what fits into what category. So then after they decide it, then they give it to the journalists and they vote for the games that are associated in each category. And it's basically based on, you already know who's going to be the winner for the most part, except for the Viewer's Choice Award, because it's based off of Metacritic anyway. That's why I said I think Astrobot is the favorite, with Final Fantasy VII right behind it. I mean, it could be a virtual tie and it could be any of them based upon if Astrobot drops a number and then we look at sales, you know, if they look around the same or whatever, it you know, it could be any of them. But yeah, when you look at the rest of these games, like if they make Animal Well the Game of the Year, or Balatria, what is this, a card game? Thank
goodness. Roguelike.
And the last must-play game, or yeah, that's on Metacritic, it's Tekken 8. Tekken 8's a 90. But then you got Tsukimi, A Piece of the Bluegrass Moon. I don't even know what that is. That's a Switch game. You got Horizon DLC. You got Like a Dragon. That's 89. Castlevania. What is this? Castlevania Collection. That's 88. Tactical Breach Wizard. I don't know what the fuck that is. That's an 88. Paper Mario is an 88. Mullet is an 88. Persona 3 is an 87. Now Shin Megami, but that's an 87. I don't know. I mean, they might put it up there in Game of the Year category. But Shin Megami came out. What was Wukong?
That's a re-release. Why would they do that?
Is it a re? Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, that definitely shouldn't be up there. Then you got Dragon's Dogma at 28. They might put Dragon's Dogma up there. I mean, trying to figure out what would be the 5 or 6. That would be interesting. Yeah, because it's sparse. I'm gonna say this. While we're going into this, people are gonna get mad. I don't give a fuck because y'all sit there and arguing if the Series S is still a bottleneck. You got motherfuckers that are pulling out their Switch, talking about the Series S. I mean, not the Series S. The Switch proves that the Series S isn't a bottleneck. Only 3 games. I don't care what y'all think at this point in time, because you're like half of y'all, or the majority of y'all, delusional. I'm just scrolling through those games, and I'm gonna say this to y'all: if you didn't have a PlayStation 5, you were cooked. I mean, okay, I don't know what the fuck this other game was, the Blue Moon and the Silver Light or whatever it is for the Switch. Tsukishimi. I don't know what that is. But anything else that is worth the time outside of maybe Paper Mario. All the stuff that is worthwhile you can get on PlayStation. Except for Paper Mario. But then if you got a Switch, there's so much other shit you're not getting. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't have a PlayStation 5, you're cooked in 2024. I mean, I think you're cooked in general. Because PlayStation 5, I'm not saying PlayStation 5 is just spitting out hundreds all over the place, but I generally don't think that anywhere else outside of PlayStation, you're getting consistent good games. Don't get me wrong, Baldur's Gate was great, and there have been some other cool games here and there. But to know that each year you're going to consistently get some good games and not fucking be in the middle of a desert, even in a year like 2024, where this wasn't PlayStation's best year. I mean, they were front loaded with fucking Helldivers 2, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Stellar Blade, Concord, and now Astrobot. Like, if you don't, come on, the year was dry, man. Okay, Dragon's Dogma. You know, as soon as they patched it to where it wasn't 5 frames per second and shit. Okay, Dragon's Dogma. What else? What else were you playing this year? Dragon's Dogma. Okay, Elden Ring. The Elden Ring deal. You got you some good DLC, right? That a lot of y'all moaned and complained about and didn't even finish and shit. If you didn't have a PlayStation 5, man, you really were missing out in 2024. So I mean, you know, it is what it is.
Now comes the backlog crowd and says, "Oh, I got such a big backlog. I can wait till the PlayStation 6."
Yeah.
I am so backlogged with games. I swear that's what these fucking bots gonna tell you.
Yeah, that's what they're telling you. Matter of fact, I got some great footage. Shout out to Extra in the house. Your fan. He says, they say, well, I just caught them out the corner of my. They say, here we good. He needs your help, Cold Blood. Thank you, Extra. I appreciate you for that. I do need help. Juice says, good after. What's up, family? Hey, Juice. But I'll give some credit to G-Office's Mr. Grimm for recognizing early that the gaming industry needs an award show. He saw a hustle and he went out and did it. Here's the thing though, Mr. Grimm. They already had several award shows. What he did is he streamlined it, which I'll give him credit. He put a lot of juice and power between really pushing his award show more than everybody else's and making it the de facto show. Why? Because he presented a business opportunity for people to come in the fold and present like new game reels and get motherfuckers excited and line his pockets. So he came out with a win-win situation. We got to see some good trailers. He gets to line his pockets. Fucking game developers and publishers and platform holders get to do a lot of promotion in front of a lot of people. That's cool. But again, an award show is to award games, is to come up with a great system for awarding those games too. I don't think just relying off of Metacritic is a good way of awarding who wins and who loses. And secondly, it's not even an award show anymore. And as we saw last year, even when you don't have a bunch of shit to show us, you're still going to put your pockets first and show us a bunch of clips. And then somebody say, "Oh, I want an award." Okay, get the fuck out of here. Get off the stage. Like, granted, yeah, the God of War dude, he was too fucking long. Absolutely. But, and he, you could argue he fucked it up for everybody else. But, I mean, last year was just ridiculous. So yeah, I mean, if your interest are in how Jeff Keighley's doing, great. But I care about what the gamers think, man, and I care about how the gamers are serviced, and I don't see anything that he's done. You know what I'm saying? So last year's cutoff was Friday, November 17th, 9 p.m. Is there anything we can see coming before to disrupt the comment? I don't know. I mean, we got DICE out there. There's other ones out there too. I just, I don't, if his, I'm not saying his shouldn't get the most attention or his, but we only look at what his setup is to determine the actual games of the year. I don't think it should work like that. I don't. That's just my opinion. Yeah, like Donald Cuss says, gaming BAFTA are more important than the Game Awards. Like, there's plenty of them out there. Why are we relying on him and now his lackadaisical system that he's just using to pilfer companies to show a whole bunch of clips? Meanwhile, he's tossing toothpicks at award recipients if they go over 3 seconds. Ridiculous. So, all right. So yeah, that's where we're at with that. I do want to play this for you guys too, and then we're going to get into the show. Where is my bookmarks? Because I found this fucking hilarious, bro. 2 things I found hilarious. I don't want y'all to see. I don't want to spoil it. Oh my God. And then I got 3 things. No. The third thing I'm gonna show y'all when we talk about Xbox. Okay. So let me mute this. I am gonna play this video first. And I want to show you that there's a sector of the gaming community. They don't know what to do. They're on crisis alert, bro. Really. Let me play this video and then we can talk about it on the back end. This is Boomstick
for anything else,
and someone describing what's going on Boomstick's podcast, describing what's going on with Astrobot, trying to undermine it. Let's go.
For me, this really isn't going to be anything that's on my buy list or watch list at this point. Like, if anything, I still think this should be a pack in for the PS5 Pro whenever they announce that.
Interesting. That's a good theory.
But outside of that, as far as Game of the Year nominations, of course, Keighley is going to give this a nod before, anything else is even remotely put into that basket. Black Myth Wukong will probably be in there as well. Unfortunately, I get the feeling that they're going to, snub Hellblade 2. I know that there's some people that enjoyed it, some people that didn't. I happen to enjoy it even more so than the first. And then with Indiana Jones, unfortunately, I don't think it's going to make the timing or the cutoff for that. So as good as it's going to be, it won't matter for this year, and it'll probably be forgotten by next year. But good on PlayStation for releasing this. Bad on PlayStation for not offering it on Steam or Epic. Bad on PlayStation for not integrating the PSVR or at least having a Astrobot-like game for the PSVR 2, considering. But I guess they've already washed their hands of it for the most part. But overall, it's good that they finally have a highlight. Now we just need PlayStation to show up with a showcase to let us know what we're going to be looking forward to after Astrobot. I'm not going to get into the length of the game, not going to get into any of that stuff, but
all right, so let's break that down. Okay. He says, right, that PlayStation, shame on them for not bringing it to Steam. I want to see clips of this motherfucker complaining when Mario is not on Steam. Are there any clips of that? Are there any fucking clips? And I don't want to hear this shit. Well, the Switch is only $300. You get a fucking digital for $400, and you're getting top-notch AAA games. Is there any moaning and fucking complaining that Switch games aren't day and date on PC? Right? Okay. Secondly, he erroneously says that they didn't do anything Astrobot related for PSVR. There's a game called Astrobot's Rescue Mission, which is one of the most highly rated PSVR games out there. What the fuck is he talking about? And lastly, this is the type of shit that causes people to do stuff like this. I told this dude, here, I'm gonna say, let me do this. Oh my God, the insanity here. But you are hyping our viewers. Come take a look. I just checked my responses on Twitter, and I'm already getting this crazy shit. So I'm gonna put this up here on the screen for y'all. I want y'all to see all this stuff. All right, so hold on. Let me just share this real quick. Because I gotta share it with this crazy person. Reply. So here it goes. So now you're famous. So this mofo sent me a tweet because they listened to this stuff from Broomstick in Mr. Belvedere, whatever the hell his name is. Out there not too long ago, I said in a questionable year for SIE leadership, PlayStation 5 still manages to have Wukong as a console launch exclusive, scores another 90+ first party game. They have 2 of the top rated games playable only on PlayStation 5. Establishing a marketplace with unique, highly sought exclusives is pay dirt. So this is how this mofo responds to me. He says, well, the PlayStation president said himself that PlayStation needs to evolve and turn to multi-platform. What are you talking about? Do you mean that they're going to be more forceful or more aggressive with some of their games going day and date on PC, their games as a service? Well, we just saw what happened with Concord. We saw how fast they yanked that shit. Expect to change. Expect more changes, because it's like Cold Blood always says, fuck around and find out. All right, so don't rely too much on that. Xbox is growing faster than ever somehow, and PlayStation is stagnant in console sales. All right, so here's all you got to do. I'm gonna type in nib, and I'm gonna type in consoles. So shout out to Nib. He collects a lot of the data that's out there that's of public use, right? And all we're going to do is just scroll and look for Nib's data on PlayStation sales versus Xbox sales, or No, better yet, let's do nib order QTR. What's nibs? Is it nib 95 at nib? I think it's at nib 95 at nib. I'm just gonna show you how easy this shit is. I think it's no, it's not nib. What is it? At nib. It's nibs. I gotta look over here. This is a completely different account. All right, nib. Now, okay, I had it wrong. Nib 95 underscore. Okay, and then quarter. Let's type in quarter like this and see if it'll pop up this way. No, that was me responding to him. If I can find something else for you. Have the January 18th. Okay. So this is from early this year, which is it's just from earlier this year. Game Pass seems to have missed its target sales for the third year running. This is just October of last year. And Nibs is crazy they missed their initial 2023 target by 20 million subs. Then you look at the consoles. Let's go back. Let's look at more stuff from Nib. You look at the consoles. You look at the consoles and they're talking about 500 MAUs, but they're still losing out on revenue. Let's just do this. Let's do Nib. Let's try Nib and Nib 95 underscore quarter. Let's try a quarter like that. I want to see one of his quarter comparisons. What station? All right, so this is May 14th. It says two interesting sales tidbits. Hardware decline this last quarter was similar with PlayStation, which they went under 29%, and Xbox was 31%, but PlayStation sold 4.5 million, Series X estimated 800,000. PlayStation sold 5 times more, and then when you break down the financials, they don't even compare. PlayStation dogged walk Xbox in every single financial litmus. As a matter of fact, it was so bad that the only thing that Xbox saw a positive on was services. That's the only thing they saw a positive on was services. Everything else was a complete and total failure. PlayStation is dog walking them. What are you talking about? But see, when you listen to people like this, who again,
for me, this really isn't going to be anything that's
crazy stuff that Xboxes are selling more than PlayStation because of NCAA, and then we get the fucking NPD, and no, PlayStation dog walks Xboxes again. There's nothing financially. They don't make more money than PlayStation overall for the year. They don't sell more. They don't make more in game sales. What are you talking about? All I would suggest that you do, as much as it might pain you, is go look up Nib. Look up Nib 95. He'll show you in console sales, revenue, money made, that Xbox is being outpaced. And what makes it even worse is The CEO of Xbox said it during the court hearings. You ain't got to take it from me. Where were you at during the FTC trial? When Satya Nadella said, even after ABK, we will be behind PlayStation. And they're still behind PlayStation. What are you talking about? Xbox has no growth. They have a revenue boost because they added ABK. But once you start going into next fiscal year, they no longer have they no longer are fortunate enough to use that revenue boost because now ABK is already absorbed. So guess what you're going to start seeing again? You're going to start seeing declines again. ABK will be fine, but it'll be the legacy Xbox stuff. That's why they're putting their stuff on PlayStation, because they're trying to fight that inevitable. The inevitable that after the boost that they got from the initial year of the ABK sale, that they start being in a negative again across the board. What are you talking about? Every single litmus, Xbox is being destroyed. Purebred insanity. Shout out to Juice for becoming a member, and Juice gifted a member. Thank you so much. Oh, he's back. True Virgil.
True Virgil. Please unsubscribe. Please unsubscribe so you're not in the fucking pool anymore. Like, what the fuck, man? He always gets that shit.
I know. But you got to be active in the chat. And I still got to talk to the homie Geek to Sneak. We're working on something for those like loyalty points for those of you that are active in the chat, but there's more to come on that. But that's the thing. This is a sickness. What you're seeing here. Where's that dude at? Let me go back. All you got to do is just look at the financials. Under no litmus is Xbox doing any better than PlayStation. PlayStation sales are stagnant, while Xbox has recently picked up in sales in an economic recession. Sony reported losing half their... Okay, here goes more broomstick baloney, and we've already talked about this here. Sony reported losing half their subscribers. What they did is took a guesstimate from Gamer Rant. Matter of fact, let me find it for you. They took a guesstimate from Gamer Rant they did on the Boomstick podcast one day, and the guesstimate was saying that for the games versus the games they had in a prior month, there were only half of the people playing those same games this month. Not that they lost half of those subscribers, but there were only half the people playing the PlayStation Plus games that there were in the conjoining months. That's what they were saying. But the people at Boomstick took it as, oh yeah, half of the people went away. When you listen to this unvetted psychobabble and you don't vet it, I don't know what to tell you. You cannot be this brain dead. You have to vet this information. Under no way, shape, or form did PlayStation lose half of its subscribers. But the dude don't stop here. He goes on and on and on. It's crazy. It is crazy. I don't even, this might be Hargeet's sock account, but he wanted to become hood famous, whoever it is. I'll make you famous. You want to be hood famous? Come on down. To slap you in the fucking mouth. Come on down. All right. So enough of that dumb dog shit, but I had to play that for you guys. All right. Let's talk about it. Let's first talk about PlayStation. Enough about, let's talk about something good, positive happening. All right. With all the crazy shit that's happening in gaming, let's flip the script a little bit and let's talk about the positive stuff. All right. So let's start off with Astrobot, right? You look here, and Astrobot is like the highest rated standalone video game of the year so far, with an open critic of 95, a Metacritic of 94. It's killing it. Now, granted, we can't ignore, even though we want to be positive, we can't ignore what happened with Concord. But like I said in that one tweet, god damn, like even in PlayStation's worst moment, they're better than their competition's best moment. And the only competition that they sort of have is Xbox, sort of, kind of. This is a crazy ass bounce back from them. I think this is the right link. Crazy bounce back from them. Because like I said in my tweet, they got Wukong exclusive. They got another 90 plus first party game, despite what happened with Concord. They have the top 2 rated games playable only on PlayStation 5. So that just solidifies the power of their marketplace. You can't beat that with a stick. Twisted said, what is Concord? You know what I'm saying? But again, with all that to celebrate, we cannot again forget that we got Hiroki Totoki. It's on some crazy shit. That's why I said we're not gonna completely brush everything off, even though we're not gonna sit here and try to do what the bots are doing and focus only on Concord when they got, as you'll see in the next segment, they got hella shit happening over there. It's fucking horrible. Like I would be so if I was like an Xbox, fuck just being an Xbox consumer. If I was just an Xbox enthusiast, I would be hella depressed. But the thing that I'm talking about with Hiroki Totoki is I'm like, what the fuck is Totoki even talking about? And his thing about PlayStation games need more IP. I said, PlayStation has plenty of IP. They just abandoned a lot of them. Or is he meaning enough IP to make Sony the Sony version of TV? And I have a thread. And I say, I agree with this sentiment where someone wrote in the article, while new IP is certainly welcome, these comments are a little puzzling when it comes to PlayStation because the company has numerous game franchises that it's fostered from the beginning, or could have, but have since abandoned. Look, no further than the image above for some hits. They have an image in the article. Heck, one PlayStation's biggest new hits is of the PlayStation 4 era. Bloodborne has pretty much been left to die. At least that's what it looks like right now. They said meanwhile, games like Until Dawn get another lease of life in the form of a remake, and we're quite not sure who asked for that. You see what I'm saying? I completely agree with that sentiment. And I close off with saying, now Totoki, if you mean IP that can be day one direct-to-TV reminiscent of the spirit of the Xbox fell TV era, I say, in the words of my good friend Cold Blood, fuck around and find out. It's one thing to have random IP cross over to TV. Like if I already built a game, it's successful, it's doing well, and then I say, oh, we can make this into a TV show too. That's great. It's another to forcibly craft IP from the ground up for TV and games. Cough, Quantum Break. Whose man's is this? Like, I don't trust Hiroki Totoki at all. Granted, not saying it's as bad as fucking Xbox. There would have to be 1,000 of these in order for it to be as bad as Xbox. But I don't think this motherfucker gets it. With that said, hopefully looking at single player IP, how pursuing stuff like that, having a well-rounded portfolio of games, sticking to what works and gradually building into what's new instead of going all in. Like, okay, you got Helldivers, that's your games as a service title for the year. Like, work and tweak that. Another year, you got another one. Like, gradually work into this and do what works. I think that's the best foot forward for PlayStation. So with that said, that's where we're at right now. Concord stunk it up, but just as fast as Concord stunk it up, as Totoki started talking his crazy shit, they turned it around and came out with a fucking, darling of a critical hit. Just needs the sales to go with it. So with that said, I'm gonna turn it over to Cold Blood. Cold Blood, what are your thoughts on Astrobot and its critical praise?
Well, like True Roger said, it's pandering.
It sure is, man. Shout out to True Roger.
And we're just gonna ignore the fucking Xbox nut glazers like Paris and Jeff Grubb even saying they love the game.
Yes. What you got to say to Paris? That's probably, he was probably pleading to Paris. That's probably what he meant by Lily. Go ahead.
No, I mean, if you keep the same energy, then every single one of these motherfuckers is lying and is what do you call it? Not credible at all.
Yeah.
So you can never quote Paris. You can never quote Jeff Grubb ever again.
Yep. Ever again.
Or all these other dudes like fucking what's his name from the Washington Post.
Oh, is Dean or who is that? Dean from
No,
Washington?
not Dean. No. I always forget his name, but he's also one of those that is trying to be neutral, but he isn't.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But even he said it's fucking great. Well, no. Congrats to PlayStation. They did a 180 in the same fucking week.
Yeah.
Not happening often.
Yeah.
They can count themselves lucky that they had those release dates so close together.
Yeah.
Or imagine the fucking pain, bro, if Concord came out at the beginning of the year. Brother.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. That probably was part of their plan. That's probably why they sandwiched Concord when they did. So they can close it and either piggyback off of Wukong or piggyback off of Astrobot. I think they already knew what they had with Astrobot. And they have a good eye for games. I think they already knew what they had with Wukong. They were just probably just antsy on this performance. But that probably was the plan all along. It's like, if we're going to put this game out there, we got to put it out there to where if it fucking falls flat on its face, we can hurry up and divert attention somewhere else. Which, if you think about it, is a very smart. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to say that. No, because Concord shouldn't have been rolled out at all if it was that bad. If you were that concerned about it, then it shouldn't have been rolled out. But if your hands were tied and you had no choice but to roll it out, this is probably the best scenario that they could have got. But yeah, that shit is crazy, bro. Like you said, a full fucking 180 in 1 week. Speaking of Concord though, bro, we just still don't know how this whole mess with Concord came about. Do you think the leadership should still come out at some point in time and explain what the fuck Concord was all about? And if so, who is it that you want to see first and foremost?
Well, of course the CEO.
Yeah.
I mean, he has to be held accountable for this shit. Sorry, Herman, but you fucked up.
Yeah.
By releasing that shit, so you gotta explain how you came to the conclusion that stop selling this game and just delete it from memory is what was the fucking play?
Yeah.
Well, we probably know.
Yeah.
They just didn't want to embarrass themselves any longer.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I have nothing really to add to that. Herman Holston, you got to come out. Like, we can celebrate Astrobot. We can celebrate, that things haven't fallen off the rails, but we gotta have a confidence seeker moment here. And now, granted, and this is why I didn't put this in the notes or whatever, I'm just briefly mentioning it. There are rumors that there's going to be a state of play where they're going to be talking roadmap. I'm not falling for that shit for one moment. I'm not saying that it's false. I'm not saying it's true. I don't believe it until I fucking see it. Because I've been told by developers that I believe they saw something, but I've been told by developers that there's all this kick-ass shit that they've been shown by PlayStation, and that's what PlayStation used. They flew them out to certain places and shown them this shit, and this is what PlayStation used to get them to realize why the PlayStation 5 was going to be dominant this generation, and for them to bring their games over to the PlayStation, whatever. I've been hearing that for years, and I believe that people were flown out and shown stuff. Why would you make that up? But where this stuff is at, and if it even still exists, I will only validate when I fucking see it. So yeah, that would be a step in the right direction to totally just have this as a laughable moment. Remember when PlayStation dropped that Concord game? You know what I'm saying? Have it as one of those moments. But if you wanted to just be one of those rare, super rare, isolated moments, then, roadmap to a degree, just like what's coming out in 2025. Tell me what the fuck's coming in 2025. And also,
well, Sony gonna tell you GTA 6.
Yeah.
And they're gonna say we're not releasing anything that.
And I don't get the strategy and communication, whatever, because look, we know they got shit. We just know just off of Insomniac they got shit. If it wasn't for the leaks, we wouldn't even know about that though. Like, all we would know is Wolverine, right? That's it. Like, they're not saying shit. We know that they got shit. We know it. Why they ain't talking about it, I don't know. Twisted Sense said, man, I just stepped into some shit, Herman Holtz. Well, I don't know if Herman Holtz, the shit came out of his ass. He's the one, remember, that told us, oh, I'm playing. He had a Phil Spencer moment. He had a Phil Spencer Crackdown 3 moment, Twisted Sin. He said, oh yeah, man, I've been playing this game from Firewalk Studios, and it's innovative. That's the word he used, innovative. Can't wait till you guys play it. He had a Phil Spencer Crackdown 3 moment. He told y'all, he said, this is the game that the ponies deserve. This is the game. So, I don't know. But yeah, it's kind of messy. That is messy. But again, PlayStation understands what butters is bread. To Cold Blood's point, he always says, fuck around and find out. They put Concord out there. Very embarrassing for them. And they had to do an about face immediately. Yeah, they found out. Yeah, they fucked around, put Concord out there, they found out. Absolutely. So yeah, man, but my final question.
Can I go back to what Boomstick said?
Yeah, absolutely.
First of all, who's gonna snub fucking Hellblade? Of what? Of being one of the most boring fucking games of the year? What is he talking about?
There's no way they like Hellblade, dude. There's just no fucking way that they like. This is all cap.
Bro, Boomstick not even liking that shit. He probably didn't even beat that motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. They don't like
then Astrobot not coming to Steam.
Yeah.
Do you even understand what kind of game Astrobot is?
Exactly.
It's a fucking celebration of PlayStation. What, they're gonna celebrate with the PC dudes? Or they're gonna make a whole new game for the PC dudes where everything is fucking PC parts and shit? I don't think so. and then this pretentious, I care about VR, why you don't have VR implementation in this game. Shut the fuck up. Like, holy shit, this dude, bro. This is one of those cases where I say, stop talking about PlayStation.
Just stop.
Talk about your fucking Xbox, bro.
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
You have no idea what you're talking about. You're just trying to put something together for your goddamn fucking podcast. And it all sounds like fucking rubbish.
Oh, God.
What did he say also? Wait, what did he say? There was one more thing that he said.
Yeah, you want me to play it? You want me to run it back?
Yeah, run it back.
All right, let me run it back. Did I delete it already and shit? Hold on, let me. God damn it.
Because that shit really bothered me.
Yeah, it's just goofy hate. It's just goofy rhetoric and hate. Let's see. All right. Where do I have my voice meter? Okay, I got it. But all right, let's go back to what he said and stop me, or we can hear the whole clip. It don't matter. Let me pause the music and let's listen to our good friend here talk about the Xbox tax.
For me, this really isn't going to be anything that's on my buy list or watch list at this point. Like, if anything, I still think this should be a pack-in for the PS5 Pro whenever they announce that.
It's not on my watch list. I'm not gonna buy it.
Mm-hmm.
As if we expected you motherfucker to buy this game.
Buy anything.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Bro, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I was so excited for it, but now that it's a 94 Metacritic, I'm no longer excited for it. Shut the fuck up. Like, for real, bro. Shut the fuck
up. I'm slobbering.
It should have been a pack-in with the PS5 Pro.
Yeah.
Since when did you decide that?
Yeah. It should have been
a
pack-in.
PlayStation. The PlayStation has the best fucking strategy with this shit. They're gonna put on a fucking celebration of PlayStation in a fucking game, and then they're gonna announce the fucking PlayStation 5 Pro.
Yeah.
So you can play your goddamn Astrobot on it later.
Yeah. Yep. He said, "Oh, I was excited for this shit. Oh, but then it came out and it was actually a 94 Metacritic. Fuck out of here. Ain't no way. If games over 69, I don't want nothing to do with it." I was hoping it came in at 57 like Redfall. Yeah. Dudes. It's so disingenuous that you was alluding to. It's so fucking disingenuous. It doesn't make any sense.
For me, it makes no sense. Why is everything for them about the money?
Yeah. Yeah. Well.
Look, Space Marine 2 not on Game Pass like a fucking a Plague Tale Requiem. Oh, I'm not gonna buy it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait for it to come to Game Pass. Bro, what the fuck? Since when did we get so fucking conditioned to not buy games?
That was the worst thing that Xbox could have done. Like,
no, bro, wait. PlayStation ain't innocent in it either. These PlayStation dudes are turning into them.
what, as
I
far as
swear to
buying
God.
games?
No, I saw on Twitter multiple people saying, yeah, I'm awaited on PlayStation Plus. I'm away for PlayStation Plus.
You know,
Brother, I was disgusted when I saw that.
yeah.
These dudes are turning into these fucking bots.
Well, that's why I say Game Pass
The
is
only
bad for
game,
gaming.
look, the only game that was justifiably put on this fucking list of I wait for PlayStation Plus was Concord.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only fucking game I would put there.
Yeah.
Like, fuck out of here with this $40. Nah, you ain't getting it.
Mm-hmm.
But Astrobot, really? Final Fantasy VII? Final Fantasy 16? Y'all waiting on PlayStation Plus?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Bro, that's why gaming is going to the fucking shitter.
He said socialism pass. he kills
Yeah,
me.
yes. Yes, socialism, absolutely. Fucking food stamp pass, man.
Ah, my God. The EBT pass. Well, for gaming, yeah, it is. But that's why I was always arguing. And then, like, even sometimes my cloud friends would get mad at me because they're like, why are you against Game Pass and bringing games day and date? I said, but it creates I get why you guys think it's important. That's because a lot of you guys don't have money. I'm not saying everybody don't have the money, but cloud gaming right now, it's appealing to people that don't have a lot of disposable income but are interested in gaming. So I get why you guys are saying that. But for this to be a mainstream activity, this is fucking destructive to the gaming community altogether. Now, luckily, I haven't seen a lot of it. It's sad that we are seeing it on the PlayStation side. Luckily, I haven't seen a lot of it. So hopefully it can be stomped and smoldered out before it becomes systematic. But that's what I was concerned with, bro. I was concerned with Xbox Game Pass becoming the expectancy mainstream wise. Because why would I want games to be in a subscription service day and date across the board, knowing that these games take money to make? This is not a fucking charity. Some way the math is not mathing, bro. So if they don't get their money up front, how are they getting their fucking money? Oh, because these companies are rich. They're only rich because they made a whole bunch of money. So they got to keep making money. Do you think if you make money one time, that's it, you're done as a company? That's fucking ridiculous. The math ain't mathing. I don't know, bro. I don't know. He said, are you laughing at my poorness, says Sean. Yeah, we're laughing at you. Cheese and butter gaming. That's crazy, bro.
No. Don't get it wrong. I'm not saying if you're poor, you're a lesser person. Nah. That's not what I said. What I said is, if you can't afford gaming, then you should not be in this community right now. You got way bigger problems. But what these bots do, they always bring up price just for a game to look worse than it is. For no other fucking reason. They do it because they are just what you call it, arguing in bad faith.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Yep.
I'm saying if you don't have the money to game right now, get your shit together and then come back to gaming. because gaming ain't getting cheaper.
Yep.
Or like many people do, wait. Just wait a year, then buy these games when they are on sale for fucking nothing.
But
like who we are talking about is the gamers that are there day one.
Yeah. Yep. I gotta play them day one, and them wanting to save $1 all the fucking time. You know, you better game on PC. Well, the PlayStation games are on PC. Oh, fucking well. It is what it is. Like, this was not a problem 3 years ago. Before Game Pass, really, the business model behind Game Pass had, you know, got y'all all thirsty for cheap ass gaming, and y'all really thought, oh, can I get a crap load of games for $10.99? Like, look, it doesn't make any sense, bro. Movies and TV series, seasons for TV series, what are they? They're like $10. You can buy a whole TV series season for $10. You can buy a whole music album for $10. And so you're paying into these subscriptions like Spotify and Netflix, where they're like $20. And these subscription services are still losing money off of content that retail is $10. So what the fuck do you think is going to happen when you're then putting in a subscription service content that's $60, $70, $30? Like, what do you think is going to happen? There's a hole of money flowing and falling somewhere. And somebody's going to have to pay for it. Either you pay for it in the quality of games, or you pay for it in price or whatever. Somebody's going to pay for it. So that's why, that's why, and my cloud friends never understood, but that's why I said, look, for you guys, if they want to put Fizzle, Chisel, Tizzle Popper in a subscription service, or if they want to throw an old ass game that has sunset, right? And they want to put it in there, great. But to create this expectancy that, hey, new games are coming day and date, that's not sustainable. Unless you get a shitload of subscribers that subscribe and forget it. Xbox told you years ago that was their hope, is that a lot of people would subscribe and forget it, and those people would subsidize those that are playing everything day and date, and that's not happening. If anything, people are subscribing to Game Pass just to finesse games like fucking Starfield. But I only got to pay $9.99 to play Starfield. Find out within the first 8 hours I don't like the shit, and then cancel my subscription. Let my subscription lapse. Oh, that's a fucking deal. It was not sustainable, man. Paul Game says, look, Game Pass will eventually have a $50 a month tier. No, it will. I think Game Pass being an option is fine. It's not a mainstream service. It's not a mainstream service. It's subscription services with games. The what you get annually cannot be less than what you would get if people bought the same games annually. If that happens, then you're ass out. And so that's why I think that Xbox really has to rethink its strategy, which they're doing. And I agree with Paul Games that one day Game Pass, maybe not 50, but it'll be close. It'll be, I think before everything is said and done, you're going to have a typical Game Pass tiers that are like $35. They have to be. These games are, the cheapest games that are in these services are like $30 fucking dollars. You got $70 games coming in there day and date. So you're going to start seeing it like maybe the cheapest tier, $34.99, all the way up to maybe $40-something. Like you look at GameFly. GameFly was renting you fucking 3 discs and you had to pay $30 a month. They were giving you access to 3 fucking discs and you paid $30 a month. Come on. and they were running into trouble. All they was giving you was access to 3 games for $30 a month, and they were running into problems. The math ain't mathin', man. Guys gotta wake the fuck up. With that said, let's go on to the next section. Let's talk about what's going on with Xbox. We already were. Look, let's talk about it. Astrobot's critical acclaim really diffused the Xbox community. The Concord grift is over. You had a lot of Xbox people grifted on Concord because they didn't want to talk about everything that was happening with PlayStation. But as Porter Rock shows you in this tweet, Astrobot is dancing on Concord's grave. I think that tweet was hilarious. But it doesn't stop there. You got other Xbox people that are just realizing, look, man, it's fucking over. We got to figure out something else. Kid Smooth, PlayStation beat Xbox masterfully in a year when it had no games. Bruh, shout out to PlayStation having all the Game of the Year nominees this year. Now, I'm not going to say they had no games, but this was not their stellar year. They were high packed at the beginning of the year. They outside of Astrobot, they didn't come through really for the hardcore AAA gamer at the end of the year. And Astrobot could be great. Astrobot could be the best platformer ever. Whatever. All I'm saying is that, what we typically look for, we didn't get for PlayStation at the end of the year, as far as AAA hardcore defining gaming is concerned. So I do agree with that. This was not PlayStation's strongest year, even though it was front loaded. But even with that, even in a poorly paced year where during the holiday season, the hardcore AAA gamer was not serviced, and they released a dud, one of the worst duds in decades across the board in Concord, they still handedly slapped Xbox in the fucking mouth, knocked out their dentures, had them spitting out their dentures like fucking Dame Dash and shit. So, yeah, he gets it. But here we go. That special wing of podcaster or content creator that wants to make you believe that the world is flat and that the sky is made out of chocolate chips. Because our good friend Hargeet on Fonz's show with D Batch, in one of the most concerning responses to something I've seen in a while. Let's listen to what Hargeet has to say, and we're going to talk about it on the back end. Here we go.
How many of the large games have skipped Xbox?
We had one big this year. We had Baldur's Gate 3 last year that was having issues because of the Series S. And now we got Dune Awakening stating, hey, Series S is causing a dip.
I must go jump off a bridge.
Yeah, but
okay, Hargeet, that's still not good.
You don't understand, Hargeet. We're not the ones attacking developers or even people out there over this stuff.
I'm not
That is what your side has been doing. People that are defending these corporations have been doing that, even attacking me for even saying, hey, Xbox, do better. Oh my God, how could you go at Xbox? These developers are liars. Bro, calm down. Like,
I think
seriously.
you're conflating different things. You said the Series S is a problem, and I'm saying, no, it's not.
Listen, it is.
That's my problem.
I agree.
I just think it's like a case of like denial, because like I heard one of your comments and my mic wasn't working right, and you were saying, oh, well, if they don't want to bring their game, if they don't want to bring their game, then screw them. Who cares? And I gotta say that's not a great attitude.
Bruh. as my best friend's son would say, bruh. Hey, Muhammad said, what the fuck is this? Hey, bruh. And there's an extended clip where when he goes off camera, this dude goes back and he gets a Switch. His argument is that the developers are lying about what can be done with the Series S because the Switch is successful. And my disappointment is they actually let him slide with that as a talking point. What does the Switch have to do with a platform that we told would be the 1440p 60 equivalent of the Series X? Meaning that if you wanted a great way to play AAA genre-defining games this generation, you can do it through the Series S. That the Series S would not be a bottleneck to the Series X experience. It would not be a hamperment for developers because all you got to do is scale up and scale down. Remember when we were told that? Remember the video that talked about all that had to be, that was unlisted by Xbox or privated by Xbox, where they talked about that? And now all of a sudden, he goes and grabs a fucking Switch as his proof case that the Series S isn't a bottleneck. Okay, so we're playing Black Myth Wukong on the Switch now. We got Baldur's Gate on the Switch. Is Dune Awakening coming to the Switch? Hey, is fucking Space Marine coming to the Switch? We know Astrobot isn't coming. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth coming to the Switch. Is Stellar Blade on the Switch? Like, what's on the Switch in regards to AAA genre-defining games? Don't get me wrong. A lot of great content on the Switch. But when we buy these AAA genre-defining consoles, like for instance, there's this game called let me put it like this. This is a game called Solitaire Retribution or whatever that I'm playing that I got via my phone service. I love the game. I play it all the time because I love Solitaire. Do I get to wave my phone because I'm playing Solitaire Revolution and say, if a game is running 30 frames per second on a AAA console? Purebred insanity, and they don't know what else to do. They've coddled themselves so much into a box, they don't even know what to say anymore. They're just out there making noises and shit now. It's embarrassing. I wanted to double down on what we're trying to talk about here. I want to show you guys this. This is coming from, again, the aforementioned Nib. Nib has a collage of all the problems that were with the Xbox Series S. Bringing Dune Awakening to the Series S will be a challenge. Dying Light 2 dev says Xbox Series S holds it back from 60 frames per second. Many studios are struggling with Xbox Series S requirements. Developers suggest Xbox Series S may struggle to keep up with AAA game demands. Series S optimization is nowhere near as simple as lowering resolution and textures. id Software devs express their concerns over the Xbox Series S hardware. Rocksteady dev calls Xbox Series S a potato while defending Gotham Knights at 30 frames per second. Baldur's Gate 3 Xbox Series S issue is being ironed out, getting very close now. Xbox Series S RAM, not an issue, but GPU performance presents challenge for future titles, says 4A Games. And then we had the makers of Kingdom Come Deliverance that said that their game is 25% weaker than what it could have been because of the Series S. I don't know what else to fucking tell y'all. Is not the answer. I don't know what else to tell y'all. But what y'all better start doing, here I do know what to tell y'all. Stop listening to this bullshit. It's complete and utter bullshit. I'm gonna put this up here for y'all. And I'm gonna tell you that Jeff Keighley, he's a motherfucker, man. He hates y'all bots. He really does. You heard what he did to Colt Eastwood, and then there's other things that he did. He really hates y'all bots. Here, check this out. He put this up here. On the heels of Astrobot and all of its acclaim, he's doing this to be an asshole and be facetious. I'm telling you, Jeff, oh man, he do not like you bots. Which upcoming Xbox first-party game are you most excited to play? I'm looking for, and he tries to mask it. I'm looking forward to play Black Ops 6 campaign next month, as well as Indiana Jones in December, right? So look at this. What y'all got? World of Warcraft, Age Mythology, Towerborn, Aura, History Untold, Shattered Space, Diablo, Black Ops 6 Flight Simulator, Indiana Jones, Avowed, South of Midnight, Doom, Dark Ages, Fable, and more. All right, so out of all this shit, only what? Maybe 3 of these titles, Towerborn, South of Midnight, 4 titles, Avowed and Fable haven't been said haven't been mentioned as being on PlayStation yet. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you guys. You're gonna see South of Midnight on PlayStation, definitely. You're gonna see it on PlayStation. As they get closer to that launch, I'm gonna put some money down on. I'd be willing to bet that they're gonna do an Indiana Jones for that one because they want that one to be successful. Trust me, because I know PlayStation. I mean, I know Xbox. So
nobody's gonna show up for the game.
Yeah, well, you might. I mean, shit, fucking Grounded got some. I mean, it's not. I don't think it's gonna be successful, but Grounded even got some stuff. I think there's people, Cold Blood, that during like this year and probably next and maybe the year after, like there's going to be a small window of people that are like, oh shit, Xbox games are now coming to PlayStation. Let me check them out. But after they check them out and they realize that they're dog shit, they're just going to go, they're going to come on PlayStation and it's not even going to matter anymore. And I'm not talking about ABK games. I'm talking about all these legacy Xbox games that originated at Xbox. They're gonna play them like, oh no, nah, fuck this. Coldblood, what's your thoughts on the denials similar to what Hargeet has expressed regarding the Series S negatively impacting Xbox and potentially all of gaming? Do you think Hargeet is actually right, or would you say that the Series S harmed all of gaming?
Why are you asking me this again? I told you, I blame the Series S for everything that is fit with this generation.
Well, look, man, Hargeet is such a influential character in person. I mean, his laugh is hypnotizing. And you know, if you laugh like that, then you gotta be right. So we gotta fight back.
It's fucking cringe, bro. Not hypnotizing.
Bro.
No. I mean, at this point, how many developers have to tell you the Series S is a problem for you to finally admit it's a problem?
Yeah.
Like, what? We need Phil Spencer to come out and tell us it's a problem? That's what has to happen for you to finally admit it?
I'm guessing.
Bruh, well, that will never happen.
I'm guessing.
He's gonna keep on denying the Series S being a problem, and he's gonna somehow spin it into being PlayStation's fault because they're not for RDNA 2.
Yeah. Yep. Wow. Yeah, well, you answered both of my questions with that. I don't know what's next for Xbox as a platform. But I can tell y'all what's next should be next for y'all. If you're listening, a lot of you are lurking that listen to this, that believe the same rhetoric that I played earlier with the guy talking about PlayStation. Y'all been listening to Broom and all that other stuff. The only thing I can do is give you the truth as the counter, not a counter narrative, but actually show you the truth to their narrative. Only thing I can tell you is, look, man, Xbox, you trying to pin Xbox versus PlayStation from here on out is like trying to pin Ubisoft against PlayStation. You can be a fan of Ubisoft games all you want. Nothing wrong with that. But Ubisoft needs PlayStation. Yes, you can. Is Ubisoft reportedly one of the top 2 or 3 developers or publishers on PlayStation? Yeah. Okay. That came out in the court hearing. And at the end of the day, Xbox needs PlayStation, just like Ubisoft needs PlayStation, then PlayStation needs either of them individually. PlayStation is a marketplace with a variety of people running, stepping over each other to sell their games on that marketplace. That's why they're making upwards of 25, 26 billion a year based off the strength of their marketplace versus an Ubisoft that's making 2 billion. An ABK that was making 7 to 8 billion. And a Microsoft with ABK making maybe 19, 20 billion. The PlayStation marketplace is the strongest marketplace in gaming, in AAA gaming right now. Nobody in AAA gaming is touching their marketplace. They got it on lock. Anybody that's, if they want you to laser focus in on the price of the yen and PlayStation's margins and all that other bullshit, like, we'll tell you, we'll be honest. Like, I don't like Hiroki Totoki. I'm leery of Herman Hulse. Herman Hulse is on Cold Blood's bullseye. Like, we'll tell you when decisions are being made that are bullshit, and then we'll try to decipher them. But you sitting there with a monocle and a fucking magnifying glass looking at the New York Stock Exchange and talking about, their margins, the margarine. It's stupid. It doesn't make any sense. You don't even understand what you're looking at. And neither do these eccentric fanboys out here that when you ask them, well, what does that mean? The only thing they can do is go, and go grab a fucking Switch, for crying out loud, when we're talking about AAA games not making it to the platform that was supposed to play AAA games at 1440p 60.
Brother, if you get called out by D-Batch, that's like career side.
That should be a career ender. All right. With that said, let's go on to our last topic, which is, hold on. We'll talk about Space Marine 2. This game is getting a lot of praise. A lot of people are saying some cool stuff about it. Cold Blood and I will be getting the game. Matter of fact, I got to order it as soon as we get done. But yeah, it's got a meta of 84. People are talking about the high pace action and all this other stuff. I've seen some cool clips on, you know what I mean? I've seen some cool clips, like this co-op clip right here. I thought this, oh shit. Let me make sure, okay. I've seen this clip right here of the co-op action and stuff like that. I mean, in comparison to other games by other Warhammer games, I mean, this does look possibly the most fun. But I'm gonna be honest with you, as a fan of the Warhammer games when they're decent, that's not saying a lot. That's why the Warhammer games, on console particularly, don't sell like a gazillion copies. However, they got a plan, a year one plan to be dropping content. They have different seasons and stuff like that, because they do have like these things that are like strikes where you can like grind to upgrade your characters and shit like that. So, I mean, they do have that. But with that being said, again, we're still going to wait and see. And when this game officially launches, we'll see how it is, and we'll let you guys know our thoughts. Cold Blood, what are your thoughts on this game, man?
Looks fun.
Yeah. Looks cool.
But like I said, I have some worries about the longevity of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like I told you, every single Warhammer game that I played on PlayStation,
mm-hmm.
it's not complete unless you have the fucking DLCs.
Mm. Yep.
It's just barely enough content for just the standard edition.
Yeah. I mean,
but we're gonna see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Soon.
We'll see.
We're just not getting the super
the
loser
deluxe
edition.
or the gold. Yeah, the ultra. No. Shout out to Geek. Guys, I noticed that Geek got it. Shout out to Geek, but we ain't doing that, man. We ain't doing that. And my final question to you, which is always interesting, and it piggybacks off the Series S. What do you think about the use of Space Marine 2 to validate how easy development is on the Series S? Like you got people out here, oh, this game looks great. See, the Series S is awesome. What do you think about that?
I mean, if a developer has the right tools and can pull it off, congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, most of the time, you only get a fucking 30 FPS mode, and that's it on this damn Series S.
Yep. And you cannot sell to me that all of a sudden, fucking, what do you call it? You're not going to be able to sell to me that all of a sudden Saber Interactive is the most competent developers in the world, even over Xbox's own developers. Like, I'm not buying that cockamamie excuse. I don't know whatever this game, whatever engine or, like you said, tool sets this game is running with. Maybe not a lot going on.
Definitely not Unreal Engine 5.
Yeah, not Unreal Engine 5. I don't know how much is going on in the world where this game is, how many things are happening. That being said, are we really trying to say that Saber Interactive are the best developers in the world? Like, we got to stop. Even when Microsoft's own developers?
They always prefer the Xbox.
Oh,
for whatever reason.
That's fine.
No, that is fine. I'm just saying that they are a fucking exception.
Yeah.
A big one.
Yep. I mean, and that's fine. That's how they roll. That's how they roll. It's their choice. But they are not indicative of the capabilities of the community. You know what I'm saying? So. All right. That is it for the show. Now, I had to push it back 15 minutes because I do got to talk to my wife about something real quick. But in like half an hour, you see the link up here in the chat. We are doing the Suffer stream. I'm playing Beacon Pines. So be there for that stream. That's why I'm going to hurry up. I originally had it slotted for 5:15, but I'm going to hurry up and talk to my wife. I might be going live early before that. I will send a tweet out as well. But so make sure you're following me on Twitter at MM2K if you're not doing that already, and all of our links are in the description. So we're gonna get out of here. I'm gonna get ready. I'm gonna talk to my wife for a little bit, and then I'm gonna get ready for the Beacon Pines stream. But thank you guys again for your support. I mean, our videos are killing it. The streams are killing it. We're working on the Discord. We got more stuff, great stuff coming. So we want to thank you guys so much for your participation and for your support of our platform. With that said, we appreciate everybody. Thank you so much. And until our Beacon Pine stream, and next time, have a wonderful gaming day. Were you about to say something, Cold Blood?
Yeah, we have to talk about Doriega for a second.
Oh. What, live?
Well, we can say it live. He's one of the only boosters for our fucking Discord channel or server, whatever.
Okay.
And he's not getting rewarded for it.
Oh, okay. So yeah. Well, you know what? I am working on. That's what I'm working on. Something that is like a loyalty program for the most active people. So we just got to get together and figure that out for the people that are active in the Discord, active in the chat, active everywhere. We're gonna figure something out for that. So, all right, y'all. We're gonna get out of here. Till next time. Have a wonderful gaming day. Peace. Let me do that. I'll be right back. Let me talk to